First, good afternoon once again.
It's a pleasure to see you.
I tried, but I burned my finger.
Do you want it? I tried.
I tried, but I burned my finger.
What moment?
But yeah, the problem is that Alvarez hid this from me. The product developed by NASA.
He hid it.
He said, use your hand. Friends are friends, right? Yeah.
That's right.
Let's go, let's light it up.
Let's see if you learned, huh? No.
I've been comfortable with this for a long time. This is easy.
Give me the water here. Give me the water.
Is it yours? Are you taking mine?
No, this one is mine. That's right. Look.
All right, look.
Yes. Spectacular. Like I said, that's quick light charcoal. It has nitrate mixed in, right? And then in those 5 or 10 seconds, it's already starting to ignite. It keeps sparking. That's the moment.
That part is already done.
Yeah, once it finishes igniting in about 30 seconds to a minute, it'll be ready to burn. Rodrigo is blowing because the redder the charcoal gets, the better the incense will smell.
Are you going to try a different one today? Let's do it, because today our goal is to understand the different aromas. That's it. It's Martinho himself who makes it. He has an apothecary here. Too bad there's no picture of it here.
Yeah.
He recreated, yes, you could call it that. He recreated an apothecary.
It was a creation, right? It's not even a reproduction. But we created each drawer, each size, everything with the incense samples in mind, how to store them, and the accessories used there in the lab.
Right? Yes, you're really entering a scientific fragrance lab. I think you're like that character, Flamel.
Look at this mix.
Nicolas Flamel was searching for the elixir of life.
That's it.
You are his descendant.
It's close, I think so, you know, there's something there. They tell me that I'm an old soul, you know, that I've been here many times before. I don't really know how that works, of course, but it could be. I'm going to read the answer.
Do we put it here to make it smell nice?
I think that let's start with this incense here, Patin Terrace, which is the incense from the beginning of Pope Leo's pontificate. Really? This incense, when Pope Francis passed away, I went to watch the conclave, right, to see, and then in the end, whoever watched the conclave and also liked This Is the Life of John the 23rd. And there, watching the movie to talk about how it goes, more or less, people are curious about how it all begins. I had no intention, I was just watching the movie. Then, at a certain moment, the encyclical Pacem in Terris, which he wrote, appears, and there it lists the 4 pillars of this encyclical, which are freedom, fraternity. The name escapes me right now, but there are 4 pillars that I took and associated each of those pillars with a resin. I combined these 4 resins, and this perfume came out of it. I made 3 different proportions, and is that it? It was a week before the start of the conclave that I started thinking. I was traveling, I arrived at Milagros on the first day of the conclave, made the first mixture, and did it in 3 different concentrations. We closed, the workday was over, I closed Milagros, made our own little basket there, and I burned the incense in different spots, and the Milagros employees walked around with paper, rated it, indicating by fragrance, sweetness, and observation. And we held a conclave to choose the incense. I loved doing that, and the conclave was happening. I didn't know who was going to be the Pope, and then this incense was chosen. I went to Rome to deliver it, and then the Pope was elected on the 2nd day of the conclave, right? And he appeared at the window there. The first thing he asked for was world peace, Pacem in Terris.
And was this incense already ready?
It was already ready. Shall we show the packaging here? The only thing missing was him wanting to call John the 24th, right?
Look at how detailed and beautiful this is, right? Here's the back, right?
Do you have your little spoon there?
And there's the little spoon.
You do it now, Felipe. Go ahead. Let's put it on top of the book like we did yesterday so we can see all 3 books together better.
Let's go then.
Here, I don't know how to do anything live. Come on. Go ahead. Keep teaching me.
Hey, hold this one here. For home use this size of charcoal, okay? And this amount of incense, it's very little incense that we put in there, right? It's already...
Martin, it's already whitish around the edges. That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
It's burning inside. It's glowing. That's a sign that it's burning. If you blow on it a little, you'll see it turns red.
Look at that. You can see the
ring.
red here around the dark part, right? Look there. Look at the little embers coming out.
I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, right? And now once it's lit on the outside, say your prayer before taking it. Don't just grab it. If you don't, relax and think about God first and calming your spirit down.
Here. This amount here.
Yeah, a pinch of that will be better.
Where's Felipe's camera? Where's Felipe's camera, guys? So we can see Felipe putting it in. Is everyone watching? Let me lift this up so you can put it in front of the camera here so everyone can see. Look.
That's great. Let's go. I've never put that in. He's adding just a little, which gives a slight clumping effect.
Immediate reaction, right?
It's better, right? Right? And the perfume, no, I don't create it with perfume in mind. I create it based on the elements involved and the purpose, right? Peace on earth and...
Do you know what you've already made me do? I've already bought a new suitcase so I can fit the incense I'm taking home.
Spectacular.
Spectacular. Even a woman called me and said, look, I need you to bring it. I told her, but there are so many different ones. She said, bring them. She said, I'm getting a suitcase ready for you.
Just bring it, period.
I'm going to get this suitcase ready for you. I already thought about your wife. I said, I'm going to send it as a gift. What she's going to get is Mothers Who Pray, the incense from Mothers Who Pray, Mothers Who Pray.
Mothers who pray.
Mothers Who Pray, Mothers Who Pray. Wonderful. It was also a request from Angela here, who runs this movement in Brazil. It's also a very good incense, but that's how it is. The fragrance is just a result.
I've always wondered, is it safe to keep smelling this scent up close, or could it be harmful?
Look, it's not that close, right? Yeah, you know what it is? Because when the priest burns the incense, all that smoke comes right up. I have footage from when I went to the Vatican of Pope Benedict.
Have you met 3 popes already?
I've already met Pope Benedict in person. I met Pope Francis twice. I had the opportunity to hand him incense personally, talk about the origin of the incense and show him some photos. It was excellent. I was able to have a conversation with Pope Benedict. We did the offertory on January 6th, the day of Epiphany. I went with my pregnant wife and Olivia, who was 2 years old. So you have one daughter, two daughters. Yes, Olivia and Alice.
Did you take Olivia to the Vatican? I did.
And we rehearsed yesterday beforehand at the ceremonial rehearsal. So they said you kneel and you lean your body forward so the Pope doesn't have to lean forward, right? And we did everything just right. But when the Pope saw Olivia so tiny there, she had her pacifier in her mouth. I hadn't even noticed. I was so anxious, right? He came over like this. I thought he might slip. He came over, and one of the characteristics of the Milagros incense is that it makes a lot of smoke.
But that's because of the smoke.
It's just as important as the scent, or even more, because it's through it that prayers rise to the heavens. The scent is our representation of Christ here on earth, right?
Yeah, so explain to people what the meaning of incense is within the Catholic faith. Yeah.
We have an incredible variety of incense, but what is it for? They all have the same purpose, a single purpose, which is the worship and praise of God. There's no incense for this or that. When it rises, there's Psalm 141. Let my prayer rise before you like incense.
Did you also bring some kind of ashtray today?
I brought it here, yeah. And when we're done, there's that charcoal left. This charcoal, you see it's all white, no smoke. It looks like it's out. So it's not out. You shouldn't just throw it away at home, right? You need to know how to handle it.
The charcoal is just for this type of incense?
No, the charcoal is the same, but it only lights once.
Only once?
Right, once, and it was bigger. I used to give people the tip because it's a relatively expensive thing. This charcoal is imported. It's made from a special wood.
Where does it come from?
This one, I'm producing it in China. I used to bring it from Italy before, but it was made with wood from Eastern Europe. And this one from China is also made from that wood. And it took me a long time. I was hesitant to bring it to make Milagros charcoal, but I found an excellent supplier. Just out of curiosity, he's Lebanese, lives in Sweden, and has a charcoal factory in China. He is very involved. He knows the whole market. I stopped by there to have a chat with him.
But it's charcoal. And how long will this charcoal last?
This one is charcoal that burns for 40 minutes because for home use, it's not like that incense you light and go do something else. It's really for prayer, right? So you light it, all this smoke comes out. For a writer...
Do you think I can, while I'm writing, leave it in my office or my library? No.
Yeah, I think you can do it, but no, you see this thing like this? No.
It doesn't need to be that close, it can be a bit farther away.
Yes, of course. Farther away, you'll smell it at home. There are some perfumes that last longer. You'll try them all. You'll arrive in the afternoon. If the incense burned in the morning, you'll still notice it then. You'll come in if it was closed. When you open your office, you'll smell it on the curtains. Everything absorbs it, right? Over time, you're going to write a lot more books, so your office will become...
I'm in the process of finishing a book right now. It's a wonderful time.
So it's a sacred environment there.
I hope so, because writing is very important to me.
It's a prayer, right, too. That's it. No, for sure. You see the smoke, even that's beautiful. It comes out, bows, and keeps rising.
So this one is meant for home altars.
For us to use at home, because we made this here, even during the pandemic, it was very important since the church is closed and the priests were celebrating.
The liturgical one.
The charcoal, the censer, the tongs, and a little bit of incense. This one is Our Lady of Aparecida, which was that incense that took us to the Vatican, which Pope Benedict liked so much.
This one?
That incense, yes.
How did the story go?
And I brought it here. The Pope came to Brazil in 2007 to canonize the first Brazilian saint, Frei Galvão, and they called us asking if we could provide incense for the Pope's visits, and of course I provided all of them. I have the best incense in the world. We also import it, made by Benedictine monks from the Badia.
From Benedict XVI?
Yeah, but then there was already that collection, right, made by Benedictine monks from the Prinknash Abbey in England, the oldest blend in Europe. From 1905, commercially speaking, made by the Orthodox. In Greece, wonderful incense, very fragrant. Yeah, made in Italy. Yeah, anyway, I'm an importer. I didn't make my own incense. Then I said, man, the Pope is coming to Brazil, the largest Catholic country in the world, with Our Lady of Aparecida as its patron saint. I'm going to make incense for the canonization of the first saint. And I made this incense without any pretension. I even brought a sample we have at the store here to better explain what it is.
That's great. What's that jar there?
So here is the incense of Our Lady of Aparecida. In our store in Aparecida, we have a beautiful store. We display the incense like this, and from here we put it on the charcoal. I'm changing it, excuse me. Let's go.
Let's change it.
Let's change it.
So this one is the same as Pope Benedict XVI. Let's go.
This is Pope Benedict XVI, the one that took us to the Vatican. Because I provided this incense was created in a rush, as I said, without any pretension. It only has a little bit of, today I can tell, before it was a lifelong secret, right?
Why can you tell? Why is the secret over?
Because I'm very confident in what I'm doing now, so it's okay. Actually, we even started a trend. There are a lot of people making incense now. I think it's great.
So what's the secret?
I said, I'm going to give it a country accent, the colors that don't have a scent, right? And I said, I'm going to put a little bit of lemongrass essence, which is, since I'm from the countryside of Sao Paulo, I'm from the countryside, I'm going to give it a country accent to make it Brazilian, right? Now, let me tell you something. Yeah.
This incense has a less intense scent than the others.
More or less.
Well, is that intentional?
No, but like I knew it was going to be discreet, and I had no idea the Pope would like this incense, right?
How did that happen? What did the Pope say?
No, they used it all, left, and 8 months after they left, I got a message from the Vatican asking what incense was that blue one with golden drops, that not only the Pope liked it, but all of them there. This here is water. Not me, thank you.
No, because I can't see, sorry. Okay, and then you started supplying this incense, at least 16?
Then, yeah, I started supplying it, and I said I'm going to make incense with, this time intentionally with less fragrance, and that's when I made the Benedictus incense, which is not this one. It's red with golden drops, okay. And I sent it to the Vatican. When this happened, the Pope resigned, and I was about to hand it to him personally, right? So I went there for his resignation. I don't know. I also had that feeling, that calling. I remember 100 years.
Without knowing about the resignation?
No, I found out on Saturday, right, that he, on Monday, which was Carnival, he gave the news. It was all over the media. I talked to my wife. I said, Renato, I don't know. I need to be there. I want to witness this departure. I don't know. He was very important in my life. You know, I felt a very strong spiritual connection with him for bringing. I did the offertory. He knew I was an incense supplier. but there at the offertory there was no time to talk, but it was beautiful. Renata mentioned our names, the girls' names. He blessed us anyway. So I got really anxious. I said I'm going there to stay where she stayed. I ended up staying there for 28 days because I witnessed his departure. He went to Castel Gandolfo, the conclave too. The conclave, and I already had my ticket booked, and the date worked out perfectly because then he had the inauguration, right? And at the beginning of the pontificate, I was there and I brought a little box of incense that the Pope had blessed. It was blessed by Pope Benedict, and I kept it as a relic. I called the pontifical sacristy and said, I have something very important to deliver. And it was after 5 in the afternoon. Nobody goes in there at that time. They called, authorized my entry. I went in there. It was all a rush. They were organizing the inauguration, the beginning of Pope Francis's pontificate. I delivered it, told the story in very poor Italian, and they understood. Then I went there. I also have this testimony on video. I said, did you use this incense blessed by Pope Benedict for the beginning of Pope Francis's pontificate? How was it? He said, look, I used it and we thought it was very good. No scent, but I found it a bit underscented, so we use it mixed with incense from Our Lady of Aparecida. He even said, can I tell the truth? I record it, man. Who said that? Father Paolo, who is the pontifical sacristan, can I tell the truth? So it turned out very mild, but it's also very good. It produces a lot of smoke like this one here. So these stories...
Let's put another one.
But this one here, do you want to come and ask? Yeah, let's put it, let's do it.
But that's not it. The one with less perfume is the other one.
Yeah. Our Lady of Aparecida is very similar and close. It's yours.
So yeah, thank you. Oops. I wanted you to tell the story about the day you went to see Pope Francis, when you didn't know you were going to meet him and you had to figure things out in the middle of the night. Tell that story.
That was on the occasion of the Jubilee of Mercy. I went to read the encyclical of the Jubilee, Misericordiae Vultus, which he wrote, right? And he says that Christ is the face of mercy, the very face of mercy. And at a certain point he says, to everyone, believers and those who have drifted away, may the balm of God's mercy, already present among us, reach them. When he said that, that's how God speaks to me, and that's when the guidance comes, right? When the balm of mercy came to me, I said, that's it. Pope Francis asked me to make incense for the Jubilee of Mercy. And then, in the Bible, I remembered the passage where the alabaster jar is broken in Bethany with the nard, and Jesus is anointed, and the whole house was filled with fragrance. I said, that's it. The balm of mercy is the nard. I quickly made the mixture. That made me God talking and Pope Francis following along. Then, yes, I sent a message to Vasco. I said, look, I made mercy incense. You did? Then come bring it.
Bring it like it's just around the corner, right?
Like it was just around the corner. And I was even bold. I said, look, I'll go. I'll bring it. But it's really complicated to go there, right? There's a lot. It involves a lot of things. Do you think you can get a sacristy pass for me? Because I want to see the incense go into the incense boat. Then it goes to the Pope. He does the ritual, blesses it. The incense comes back. I'm going to film it. And I want to get this incense to have among our relics and add it to the lots. Commercial batches that will come from this. Martinho, you know that here in the Vatican everything is very complicated. But come here, let's see what we can do. I went happy as can be, right? I said, I'm going to pray. Maria, right? I sent my producer ahead. Mary, go before me. And when she got there, I got there. On a Friday, the ceremony was going to be on a Tuesday. I called, let them know I was there. On Saturday, their sister, Murid Pia Maria, who is Brazilian and works in the pontifical sacristy, called me. She said, Martinho, it was supposed to be a surprise, but I can't keep it to myself. You are going to hand the incense to Pope Francis. That was on Saturday, and I was there to hand it to you.
It was just to bring a sample.
Leave it in the sacristy, and that's fine. I made the censer of Nossa Senhora Aparecida to give him as a gift, but that's fine. So, Did you think it was a dream? That's different. Hold on a second. Did you think it was a dream? Yeah, no. Then I said, what did I do? I left there in Rome. No, in those Chinese stores that have everything, I bought an MDF box, crepe paper, corrugated paper, glue, cola, colored paint.
You went after it?
I did. I gathered the materials, went to my place. I was at the Airbnb, started assembling the box, and I had to paint it to make it darker so it wouldn't have that MDF color to make it look like wood, right? And I don't have that experience. It was all like, let's see if it works. Then I went to the bathroom to apply the paint. That paint smell started, so I went down to the garage, which was open, and I spent the night painting and cutting the paper. I put together a beautiful case, put in the thurible, put in the incense. And the incense boat, everything nice and neat. It all fit perfectly. And then the next day I was there, so they placed me with the master of ceremonies there. They put me in the hand-kissing line, which is when the Pope passes by for you to kiss his hand. And I thought, will he talk to me? I don't know, right? Such intense anxiety, so afraid of blanking out, because it's easy, right? I was so afraid of blanking out when I came to talk to you the first time. Today I'm a bit more relaxed because it's a big responsibility. And then I thought, if I happen to forget, I need to have a strong opening line. And I had gone to Africa in August, and the Pope went there and came back in December, and he broke protocol. He opened the door of mercy there in Africa, and then he was going to do the official ceremony at St. Peter's Basilica, because the door is sealed with cement, right? They have to break it all open there. And he had also come back. So I printed my photos from Africa, knowing he had also been in Africa, and I told the story. I said, look, I have a project to share the wealth we're generating here with these people, because there's a lot of suffering there. It's one of the poorest places on the planet due to drought and war.
That was when I was already talking to Pope Francis.
Terrorism, I was thinking. Then I said, I'm going to talk to him so he can bless this project of sharing the wealth. I spent 2 years writing this project, and because I went to Africa wanting to create the new incense route, but when I experienced things there, it hit me, no, I came here to share the wealth, to learn to share. It's not just about making a profit, right? Buy something here, go there anyway. And I designed the project, and I was very much alone. No, we don't get support, as they say, we don't get a push. And then I asked the Pope, I talked to him, then I thought, how am I going to talk to him? One swallow doesn't make a summer, in Italian or in Spanish. I said maybe he'll get it in Portuguese, but I want to make an impact, right? If I forget everything, am I just going to say that to him? And then there was a Chilean couple next to me who was also there, and they told me, so in Italian, na ronda e non fa primavera. So if one day you meet the Pope and want to say something, either na ronda e non fa primavera, or in Spanish, una golondrina no hace verano. But anyway, I managed to talk to him. He interacted. He was very curious to know where the incense came from, to see the fields, and I showed him. I don't know, people ask, how long? Then I lost track. You lose your sense of time, right? I know I managed to say everything I wanted. I don't know if it was a minute or 4. I have no idea. And then I have a bunch of photos too. I bought all the photos, made a video that's there. If anyone wants to see it on our Instagram, there are a lot of videos, okay?
Here's Milagros' booth.
It's here too, yeah. It's at the booth, and there are the photos, the photo sequences.
If we're checking out the expo here, let's stop by Milagros' booth.
It would be a joy to have...
To have received all these photos there, right?
There is, most of them have a big frame, a panel, and from this first conversation we're having here, the amount of people coming is crazy. I saw your story there with Rodrigo. I came to meet you. I want to congratulate you. It's really cool. That's great. I can't thank you enough. No.
We thank you. We really appreciate it. And let's remember that your partnership also made this possible. Yeah, it's wonderful, and I like being able to talk about something that's so important, you know? We're not talking about just anything. We're talking about something that's used in the liturgy and that you're doing with your heart.
With a lot of heart.
We can quickly notice that just by talking to you. Shall we show people the other ones?
Yeah, I brought these examples here. For example, this incense, Father Fabio Vieira, who's from Brazil. Fabio Vieira was here yesterday. He was here, he's responsible. He came to the Expo the year before last, and let's show it. For me to make Carla Cruz's incense. So, and look, pull it so you can see its colors. Then I put the colors of Carla Cruz's clothes.
Blue and white, right?
And I made something, and he said it was youthful, right? We thought of a youthful incense, so it's more citrusy, it's cheerful, you know? To be the apostle of the internet, right? So we did it, and it really reflects that people notice. It's like, wow, it was a joy.
And let me give a message here, Martinho. Milagros QR code on the screen. Milagros, and look here.
Coupon, huh?
Coupon.
We forgot the coupon.
I forgot to. Exactly, you access it.
Other people's discount.
Ours, if it were a discount for us, we wouldn't forget.
Jornada 10, do you know why it's Jornada 10? So, that's it, right? Download it, go to the website using the QR code that's on your screen in the left corner here. Sorry to interrupt you, Martinho.
No, don't worry about it.
Since we discussed one thing, let's talk about something else. Back to it. So,
Wait, hold on. Coupon Jornada 10.
gives you 10 off.
That's right, and it will extend a little after the Expo Católica, which I think goes until the end of the month. We're going to, well, it's not just for tomorrow then, and it gives everyone a chance. Not just for tomorrow, no,
And that's on the Milagros website.
or on the Milagros website. That's it.
www.milagros.com. And do people receive the incense at home?
They receive it at home.
If I go there now, in a few days, this little box will be at my house.
Okay, I wanted to choose there.
And if I want, the incense burner is there.
It's there.
The tongs too.
The spoon, the charcoal, other types of incense burners.
If you want to give someone a gift, like for Father's Day coming up, what's a good present?
There's the little bag, so St. Joseph.
Do you have St. Joseph incense?
Yes. This incense of Saint, no, it's not here. No, I brought this one of Saint Charbel. Maronite, you're going to interview Laura now. I just got her testimony about this incense she told me about. She's Lebanese. You're going to interview her. She took one from her purse and said, I'll give you Saint Charbel incense.
Did she have yours?
No, it's mine. She has one from Lebanon, which she also got there. She's from the Maronite Church. This oil-based incense is different from mine, but that one is really fragrant. It took me 8 years to get to this. How wonderful. Amazing.
Look at that.
Should we put it there? Want to place it now? Let's do it. Censer.
Can you bring the censer beer?
The censer.
Can you bring it again?
Meanwhile,
Censer?
Look,
it's not a lie. Live here on our stream. People are commenting. Fabio just sent a message here. Joined the chat, right? He's watching the live stream. He said the incense is really good. He bought it yesterday. He bought it yesterday, guys. He bought it yesterday, Friday, and today, Saturday, he's already commenting on our live stream. To prove it's live, right? What time is it? 3:30. Exactly. Thanks. What are you doing, Martinho?
I'm cleaning the charcoal, okay? You use the tongs you use. Don't use the little spoon. Yeah, there, no.
But today we're going to do it.
It doesn't smell, it's normal. Because if it starts burning at a low temperature, sometimes it starts to smell burnt, then you clean it a little. That's important. You can do the following. Look, I'm going to put it there with the tongs, okay? Pour it here to get rid of this incense that's stuck here.
Switching is fine. Move this aside so we can see. Replacing it is no problem.
Come here, go ahead.
Saying another prayer if you are.
You have to be right in front here. Look, this one. Yeah, this one.
What I really recommend at home, some people ask, Martinho, can you use liturgical incense at home? I say ask your parish priest, your spiritual leader in your community. If he says you can, then you use it or not. We
usually answer.
Yes. I have testimonies at the Vatican from Dom Guido Marini, who is now a bishop, but was the master of liturgical celebrations for the Pope. He is thanking Milagros for what Milagros has done for the liturgy and the worship of the church. That's how it is. We're helping to spread the word, to keep it going. During the pandemic, it was essential because the church is closed. All the masses were on YouTube and people kept it going. During the pandemic, we sold a lot of kits for people to use incense at home. And people also have amazing experiences doing that. The husband who was distant, who didn't go to Mass anymore, but when she lit the incense in the living room in front of the TV, he came to watch. Look at that. The kids, it's an amazing thing.
It helps bring people closer together.
Yeah. So you're going to put Sam Charbon, but I just had an amazing experience with Laura, which you'll see. She'll tell you about it. She brought it here. Look. If you can share it, it will be beautiful.
I like school. Little spoon.
Hey, Martinho, another question just came in on the chat. Do you ship to the United States? Question from Yes.
Juliana, look. We send it to the whole world. It's answered. There's a lot of demand. There's been demand from the United States. The other day, we sent it to Romania. And back then, at the beginning of Milagros, 20 years ago, a priest from Singapore. That one was hard to send. Yeah, especially back then, right? But nowadays,
The world today is a little easier.
today the world is a network, right? It's easy. It's just like sending it to the next city. But we do send it, yes. Just ask. No, I don't think it's properly prepared, but send us a message. Whatever you liked on the site, we'll put together the order with the shipping quote and everything.
Milagros.com.br. There's the QR code here. Remember? Down here on the lower left side of the screen.
Right? And look at its smoke, how much calmer it is. See? It rises, the other one rises, bows, and goes. Look at this.
Great. Is the way the smoke rises different with each incense? Yes, it's different.
It's different. I usually joke, right? Like, look, no, the hardest thing is to train smoke. I've already left. No, I would say I'm very playful. God knows that and forgives me. But yeah, each one has its own behavior. It's incredible, incredible, incredible.
Before I say goodbye, I need to give you a gift. To thank you here.
My God, autographed, of course, autographed.
It's going to be autographed now.
Okay, live. Wow, what a joy, Rodrigo.
These are the 3 books.
Wow.
Good Lord.
I've already read Aparecido, but I said I'll reread it. And Madalena, how wonderful. I was missing that one.
I even have a few new chapters.
Spectacular. I already wanted to reread it.
Reading a signed copy is something else.
Right, I won't send this one to you.
No. I'm going to send it to Renata.
Oh, great, great. She will love it. If she'll allow me to say so, Renata is Rodrigo's #1 fan. She's already taken several of his courses, and I'm getting into it too. I want to take this trip to the Holy Land with him. I traveled all over the world. I went to Africa because of Incense. I went to China, and I still haven't felt ready to go to Israel. But after meeting this man here, this brother, because we really connected in this meeting and he talked about this trip, the story, I'm going on this trip with him.
Amazing.
Getting to know the Holy Land with Rodrigo Alvarez.
We're going now at the end of the other one. I think you might be one of the last to join because we already had almost everyone confirmed.
For God's sake, well, if it doesn't work out, I'll go next time.
But I'm going. We'll find a spot for you on the bus. Don't worry.
Great, and anyway, it's another joy. Renata will love it then, but wow, what a unique opportunity this is. Thank you.
We're learning a lot, Martinho, from you.
Wow, and you all are doing brilliant work here at the Expo Católica, bringing in so many people. It's necessary, right? We Catholics, we need to have this unity, a meeting point outside of churches, of course, to have these occasions. Here, for us as exhibitors, it's pretty much always the same people, so it's a time for fellowship among partners and for business, right? It's excellent. And the direct contact with lay people, with priests, the experience, someone who comes and gives their testimony, it's fantastic.
And did you see how it is?
It's packed here today, right? Today I came to park my car inside. I have an exhibitor credential. They had me go through the inside route. I came out the other exit and ended up parking outside 2 blocks from here.
It's true, guys. An important tip, a bit of public service, Martinho reminded me. Look, for those who don't know, for those who are in Sao Paulo, who came this weekend, it runs through tomorrow. Well, it's on Avenida Professora Ida Cuve, 513 North Zone of Sao Paulo, close to Casa Verde, just to make it simple, Casa Verde. Now, the access street is really narrow, right? Yeah. So, if you come, there's no way to drive in, right? If you want to park inside, you'll have to park. Now, if you're coming by rideshare or public transportation, just coordinate with the driver. Have the Ride app driver drop you off a block before on a side street so you can walk the rest of the way. It helps everyone. Don't leave the driver stuck, and you won't get stuck either. Enter through the pedestrian entrance and do your registration if you haven't done it yet. And remember, entry is free, right? And yesterday we were already talking, right? We talked with Rene here, right, Martinho? Good. Today it's crowded, okay? Rene told us, as far as I'm concerned, you have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, right? And now we're seeing it here. Everything is really crowded, very busy. The escalator is full, people going down, people going up. The food court is packed. I went to have coffee today, what a line. But that's a sign of success. Did you sign autographs?
I won't drop the microphone again.
Please, really, please. Because people will look for the moment the microphone fell here during the live stream. Martinho Rocha from Milagros. You are witnessing this moment live here. The guys greeting each other.